That too.
Sometimes them recording do take longer to send, so I would say everybody still screenshot just in case, because it can take forever for Zoom to actually process the recording.
I think it might be none of these because it doesn't mention any of them in the text.
I was just gonna say, because I legitimately searched that thing and none of them answers came up.
Yeah, so we should go with none of these.
Y'all got it?
Indeed.
All right. Moving on along. Like, what's the name of the steamboat where 19 were killed and scalded along with gambling transactions, which included slave ownership trade? I think it was the Kelowna, but let me check.
The Patriot.
What was the answer to the last one?
I have that photo for you. It's none of the above for the last one.
All right.
But Raina said it's the Patriot for this one.
Okay, I think I see it. All right. In her article, Margaret Hunter discusses two levels of discrimination. Which one is systemic?
Either racial or skin tone, I think.
I feel like it's racial, but I mean, let's see.
Yeah.
It's skin tone. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. It's racism is systemic and colorism / skin tone discrimination.
I should go with racial first.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, racial. Racial is
Racial is the
systemic.
systematic one, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all got it.
Yeah.
Which, as an example of how William Johnson was policed while traveling to Philadelphia.
I'm at a loss on this one, y'all.
I feel like it's all of these. Because I know that part I read in the thing because I did it for the discussion. Because I know he was telling her how to treat his master, what he was trying to do, because he was trying to he's like, slaves can't be out at this time. So I know that's one of them, but I think that part is in the reading. I think it's on like, it should be around page 68 or something. Somewhere in there.
But if that's the case, then the first one and the last one are kind of the same thing. It's both on treatment. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is all of them.
Yeah.
All right. Alcessa is separated from Kerr when she is sold at Whitport by a slave speculator.
I think I have that in my notes.
Someone said it was Natchez. Natchez. Natchez.
It takes the girls on a route to New Orleans. Oh, it's Natchez. Kira is
Okay.
sold to a clergyman.
Which writer do the crafts encounter while working with the U.S. abolitionist movement? Is it William? What? No. Wait. Think.
I'm sorry, my family's very ghetto. I know y'all can hear them in the background.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm searching the passage for each of the names. See if anything come up.
See William Wells Brown in here, but I think this is because he wrote it. But I don't know.
I feel like it don't make no sense to choose Brown, but immediately none of the other names came up. So I don't know.
Right, because those three other than Brown, we talked about the last unit.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused. I feel like I would remember, Frederick Douglass popping up.
Again, right? Yeah, I feel like it has to be Brown.
See, I really feel like it'd be the phrasing of what she be asking, because sometimes I don't be understanding the question all that well, but I can go Brown and see what happens.
I feel like it is Brown because it said which writers do crafts, and the only people we really talked about was like the crafts and Brown this unit. So it's like it has to be.
Oh wait, but didn't because Brown wrote did he write the colorism story with the comment? Okay, so I feel like it is him.
It mentioned him on here, but I'm just thinking that's because he was like in the writing. But yeah, we can try that one. Let me see. What was Ellen Craft's disguise? It says
A white man.
white male invalid. That's the one, right?
I don't know about. I know it was a white man. I don't know why he's saying invalid.
Somebody wrote about it in the discussion that I replied to.
I thought that so who is the person that act deaf?
That was her. She was pretending to be her husband's master.
Oh.
But I don't know what the whole invalid part has to do with.
Because I
That's
think
what I'm
they was
saying.
like they couldn't tell like what it was because they had disguise. They said they had to disguise their chin or something like that.
It means sickly, a sickly person, too weak to care for themselves.
Okay, then that's probably right because she did act deaf and like she was just incoherent. So
Yeah, I think we should just go with white man, male.
Yeah, white
Oh.
male slaveholder. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Which listed below exemplifies the double inversion I indicated from Kraft's narrative.
I don't get the difference of black woman to white man invalid, and then regular black woman to white man. I don't
I
get
feel like
it.
it's just a whatchamacallit, basically a repetition of the question before, but I don't know.
She's on some nonsense. Like
on
this,
crack.
like it just don't make any sense to me.
Telling y'all it shouldn't be this hard. She got too much time on her hands.
Way too much time. It has to be the invalid because the last option was invalid. It wasn't regular white man. So I feel like we got to keep it the same. Jonathan, let's just let us apologize now before we see you.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
we doing pretty good, y'all. Though, if I'm being completely honest, like I think we doing okay.
You're right.
Definitely, yeah. You did it.
All right, so black woman to white man, invalid, which makes sense because she was a black woman in disguise as a white ill man. So,
Right. Yeah, it's got to be C.
Also, your drag, then the costume, the crafts fashion. Okay. Because I think, yeah, it is just referring to their costume specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we can go with the invalid part.
Why the fuck am I recording?
Hotel sold for which amount?
I have it in my notes. Hold on 1 second.
$1,500.
Oh, she beat me to it, as you should.
We're just working together.
See, and that's what I like, teamwork, because
I'm about to say that's the only way we gonna survive it.
the only person that hasn't really said anything in this chat is Kyron. I feel like we should kick him out.
kick him out.
How old is Horatio when he meets Clotel?
22.
22.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't count.
Like
Y'all getting the whatchamacallit? Y'all got the pictures and stuff, right?
Yeah, we're so glad you made an appearance.
right.
I just want to make sure before I keep moving on, because then y'all gonna be like, "Oh my God!" All right. William Craft's skill he's taught as a slave is.
Is it craftsman?
Craftsmanship.
I'm dead.
Whew.
We gonna pray before Jonathan submits his.
I'm about to say y'all got me sweating over it. Oh my God. Under the slavery regime, the racial category of the blank blank determined the status of the child. Should be black mother.
Yeah, because when we put that's the same question from the last test, and we got it wrong because I said white father.
Yeah, black mother.
It's black mother.
Based on the strategic visibility discussion, what could being invalid possibly symbolize? Social disengagement. Mute
Based on the
this.
strategic visibility discretion. What?
I want to say social disengagement, since the whole point of her being sick was so that other people could do stuff for her and she didn't have to do much. But all of those are good reasons because she was deaf, right?
I thought
Oh,
she.
what is it? Well, no, because mute means you can't talk. So
I thought
she
she
could,
acted deaf. Though.
she did act deaf. She wasn't actually deaf. She could read,
Okay.
Right.
or maybe it's all of them. Because isn't invalid mean like you're
Wrong.
crippled? Can't.
Oh.
Yeah, invalid. It says a person made weak or disabled by illness or injury. So there's no specifics. So maybe it's all of them.
Yeah. Educated guess for this one. We're gonna go with D.
Who is the father of cursed children?
I'm gonna go on my notes for that.
I think it's either Flint or Jefferson.
Ain't it Jefferson?
Hold on.
Thomas
It's Jefferson.
Yep.
All right, y'all got this.
Yes.
Whew. How does Horatio prevent his wife from leaving him after she finds out about Clotel?
Yeah, I got any luck yet? 'Cause I can't.
I want to say his father-in-law sells her.
Anyone else emotion that statement? Because right now, this looking like a pretty good answer.
Oh, he moves her to another location. That's definitely, I remember her saying that in class. Definitely he moves her to another location.
Okay.
But I thought he couldn't do it. He just said, I'll do, like, he lets his father-in-law do it. Somehow, I remember her saying his father-in-law was involved somehow.
Let me check my notes.
Yeah, it was either like she moves or she gets sold.
Cause she ended up, she ends up working somewhere else. She just didn't like
Mm-hmm.
move, she was still a slave. He consented to leave the matter in the hands of his father-in-law. The result was that Clotel was immediately sold to the slave trader. So his father-in-law sold her into slavery.
Okay. All right. William Craft drops to his knees in despair when he's not allowed to bid his blank goodbye after being sold at the slave auction.
Sister.
How many years did the Craft spend in England?
Wikipedia says 19, but I'm not sure.
Have to go with it then. Oh yeah, the Craft spent 19 years in England. Yeah, another source said they spent 19 years in England. Okay, so I gotta go with it. All right, y'all got it.
Yeah.
How old was Clotel when she was sold at the Negro auction?
Let me check. I might be 15. Let me check my notes.
Omari said 16.
Yeah, it's 16 and her sister was 14. So yeah, she was 16.
Where does William Craft encounter the slave Pompey who wishes his luck in Philadelphia and asks him to pray for Pompey once he's free?
Charleston?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Charleston.
blank women are familiarly known and are distinguished for their fascinating beauty. She's octoroon.
Maybe it's quadroon because it says refers to a person who is thought to be 1/4 of African descent and 3/4 of European descent.
Oh no no no.
Yeah, I
not
googled it. It
Dimitri.
says quadroon.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold up. Because we talked about quadroon, but octoroon is a person, refers to a person who is 1/8 African descent and 7/18 European descent. So they look more white. Okay, yeah, I feel like it's still quadroon.
All right, y'all. We almost halfway through.
After being sold a second time, Clotel is forced to do what shortly after arriving in Vicksburg?
Cut. It's. I think it's cut her hair.
Work.
Let me check my notes. Hold on.
We talked about her cutting her hair the most. It could be work the cotton fields too, though.
That's what I was thinking. Either one of those two.
Probably cut her hair just because she's a little light. So I don't know.
Yeah, it says. They cut Clotel's hair off, and then we
Is that
talked
part of
about.
the disguise?
What?
Is that part of the disguise, or is that a different part?
No, that's not part of the disguise. They just cut it off because she was beautiful, and they were trying to see her as less appealing. And we talked about how that's politics of hair and how it separates the slave community because a lot of slaves have short hair, nappy hair, and she had long, nice hair, and they wanted to see her as less beautiful.
That's true.
That's what I have for my notes.
Blank is a slave who prepares the slaves for auction for the slave speculator and Clotel as they journey towards New Orleans after leaving Richmond. Might be Walker. Let me see.
Pompeii.
It says in my notes, it says at the end of the auction, slave trader Walker buys
Yeah.
Cure, but I think that's before they went to New Orleans. So Walker bought Cure and Althesa, took them to New Orleans, placed them on a steamboat. They made several stops. We didn't talk about.
Pompey is the one who, like, remember when they were telling people to change their age to sell them for a profit?
Oh,
Yeah. There's two Pompeys. I just noticed that in both
Oh.
stories.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
they
it's,
meet a. So they meet a Pompey in Charleston and a Pompey in Richmond.
oh, the question is, who is the slave? Is the slave who prepares the slaves for auction for the slave?
Dick Walker is the master. He's the one that's in charge, but Pompey's the one telling people to, like, you're now 25 when you're actually like 40.
Right. She wrote on the board slave trader Walker.
Yeah, he's the white slave trader, but Pompey is the slave.
Oh, he's the okay. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
over here
okay.
confused. My bad.
It's all right.
So what about the Charleston one? Are y'all sure about that one too?
Yeah, when you like control F on the William Craft story, there's a Pompey in that one too.
Okay.
I guess it was just a common name.
In Clotel, how old is Toby or Mr. Tobias told to be for the auction, although he's actually much older? Y'all just said 25, I think.
$23.
You sure?
Yeah.
Who was found guilty of teaching a slave to read the Bible and convicted 1 month in county jail? I think it was Margaret Douglas.
It's Margaret Douglas.
Who is the enslaved servant whose life is gambled away on a steamboat heading towards New Orleans?
Jerry.
Her Margaret Hunter, dark skinned, represent all but intelligence.
Yeah, I feel like that's a given.
The other ones relate too much. All right, what is a quadroon? That's the 1/4.
1/4.
Which of these is not a result from the persistent problem of colorism?
Wouldn't it be the first one?
I would say the second one because that's the
Yeah.
only negative one.
Oh, okay.
What is the name of Clotel and Horatio's child?
Is it Mary?
Amari said it's Mary.
Mary. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It says daughter of Clotel and Horatio Green.
Curry's profession while a slave in Richmond was what?
I think it's the last one. On Graves' Saver, it says she exchanged her income for pseudo freedom, worked as a laundress instead of serving Jefferson directly.
What is Ellen Craft's name when she passes as a white man?
So on Socratic, it's saying that the name was William, but it's only telling me the first name and not the last name.
It's William Johnson.
Johnson? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Williams.
Johnson.
All right. Per Margaret Hunter, being light-skinned slaves benefited them because they were all to become all but post-slavery.
Builders? Amari put builders.
Where does Horatio first meet Clotel?
Negro ball.
Oh, I think I remember her talking about that.
Yeah, it's definitely Negro Ball.
Where was the Crafts narrative first published? It's either, I think it's either Boston or Cambridge. I think it's Boston.
Omari said London.
Per William Wells Brown, who mainly makes up the attendance at the Negro Ball?
It's Quadroon Woman, right?
I think.
And white men. I have mulatto, quadroon, and white men. I know that doesn't help, but
Wait, say that again. You said you have mulatto and what?
mulatto, quadroon, and white men.
Yeah, it's all, but it says who mainly. So I'm kind of confused. I think it's the Quadroon women because that's they fill them up with women to buy.
Well, would it be quadroon or mulatto? Well, what?
Oh yeah, because mine says slash. It's mine says my notes say Quadroon / mulatto women. Damn.
She ain't no good for this.
This is some bullshit right now because the fact that she's giving us, oh my God.
How will we know to tell her if like a question is wrong? Like, do we just email her?
We'd have to email her, and then she's not going to change it until she looks through it, which is going to take, 2 more months for her to fix our damn grades.
Okay. Because it could really be all 3 of those for real.
Okay. So we go to, wait, Wait, oh, but wait, it says Negro balls. So, mm, okay, so that marks out white men. It might be quadroon, y'all, because they were talking about how pretty they are and whatnot. Because they're more ex- exotic looking than mulatto women. Like mulatto women look mixed. Quadroon women look more like
Yeah,
French.
yeah. It says from my notes it says mulatto size quadroons known for their fascinating beauty. So it's gotta be quadroon.
Yeah, you should go quadrant.
Yeah.
All right, are we sure we all made a final decision on it?
Yes, because they needed the black women at the Negro ball. If it was a white ball, I maybe say mulatto because they had to they could pass. But I think quadroons are best bet.
The crafts had to travel blank miles to the slave states.
I think it's 1,000, but let me double check.
That's what the story's called, 1,000 miles.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's 1,000. But after puzzling our brain, that it was almost impossible to escape from slavery in Georgia and travel 1,000 miles across the slave states.
1,000
And
miles to
like they
freedom.
said it multiple times.
My leg's shaking now. We on the last 9. Whew.
You got it.
All right, Clotel asks Horatio for 2 things, of which he did neither, which is indicated below.
Emancipate her and or be legally married. Either both of those. I know it said that he never emancipated her, but that's what she asked for.
But I think, well, yeah.
Also moved to France. That was another thing she asked for.
But I know they said, yeah, they
Oh,
married.
what the fuck she mean? Which is indicated below when both of them are below? Yo,
Maybe both are the right answer. It
can
could
you
be.
click more than one or no?
Ooh.
No.
What the fuck?
It's one or the other. She said, pick one, make it enough.
Hey, watch us and pick the wrong one and get the fucking answer wrong. I'm so sick of this. I don't know if y'all giving her a bad review, but I damn sure am. I'm sick of this.
Ain't going down the toilet.
Remember to do y'all surveys. And remember to do it specifically for this class.
I think you should go with the emancipation one because I kind of remember her like stressing that in class.
Yeah, same. That's why I said that he never emancipated her, because like that's one of the main points that she puts. That's a main point in my notes.
Yeah, I think that's a safer option.
Safer option.
But it's both. Like she can't say it wasn't both. So
Okay, so my notes say that he told her he's going to free her. So he told her that. I don't know if she asked him to. And then it says Fox marriage never emancipated her. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Can we ask the group me? Maybe somebody's up. This isn't in the Zoom.
Oh, why are we just now thinking this? Because I was not thinking about that.
Maybe Ray knows.
Where is she at?
You said who?
Rain.
Rain. I know her grade is probably like a 90.
Probably higher than that.
Right. She probably got 100.
Saying.
Yeah, I think it might be she never gets emancipated.
Yeah, Tyler said she doesn't think that the first one is the first one because he told her that. I don't think she asked him. So it might have been requested
think,
they
yeah.
move to France, or she asked that they be legally married.
Because it said that he got.
I have France in
legally
my
married.
notes.
Oh, so if you have France in your notes, I think we should go with France.
What does it say
And
about
Amari
that?
said France too.
Yeah, Tyler said she did suggest they move to a place like France, though. Okay, yeah, so that's the best option. It's good that we asked, because
About to say. It says, which is one of the ways described in Clotel that the slave regulator expects slaves to look younger and grow healthier than they really are.
I think it's just lying about their age.
It's all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kind of wispies from their face. What the hell?
Like
Oh,
Yeah,
gray
'cause they
hairs
didn't want
or
them to look scraggly.
beards.
Oh, okay.
All right. What year was the Crafts narrative published?
Amari said 1860.
Who tries to negotiate him herself unsuccessfully as a part of slave sales transaction in Natchez, which demonstrates her privilege though a slave.
Cure.
What did we say was? Oh, all right, in Vicksburg, the other slaves don't like Clotel because of I guess
That
All
sound
of the
like all.
above.
Yeah, it's all the above because she's a bad bitch.
which represent examples of strategic visibility from the Crafts narrative.
I would say it's the first one because strategic visibility, like we just did a discussion. That's how like they were secretive, they passed through it without getting caught. So I would think it's the first one.
I agree.
Because like because when she defined it, it was nothing of these other options.
Blank was a young white girl who was enslaved for 25 years, mentioned in the Crafts narrative.
Salome.
Yeah, it's Salome. So my thing is, she said her exams used to be on lockdown browser. I know everybody was failing her class when that was happening. I know everybody was failing her class when that was happening.
That's a lot of reason to do and just not be able to reference it. What distracted Horatio from Clotel? Was it another woman?
So Amari put politics, but it could also be another woman.
Because it says she got married. He got married to a white woman, and got moved away.
He did, but his excuse was to like better his reputation and create like a career in politics. And that's how he ended up going over Gertrude's house and trying to kiss up to her father. So it could be both.
I would, yeah, but the best is probably politics. Because, like, in the notes, he emphasizes that he's ambitious about his career and he spends a lot less time at the cottage. He only sees
Right.
them during the night.
Right.
And then the mistress comes in and says that she has to go. So I would honestly say, yeah, politics.
All right. In her article, Margaret Hunter discusses two levels of discrimination. Which one is cultural?
Skin
That one
tone.
was-
because the racial one was the systemic one.
All right, y'all. This the last one.
Who was a slave speculator who purchased Kura and Althesa, taking them further south?
I'm pretty sure it was Walker. Let me go on my notes. Yeah, it's Walker, Mr. Walker. He buys Kara and Althesa and leaves early in the morning to avoid the drama.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, I thought it said grapes. Okay, you're good.
All
Sorry.
right.
All right.
Oh wait, before I do that,